like if you found the video valuable. It began, as these stories often do, with a dare. 12-year-old Michael Grady had always been the bravest kid on the block, or at least that was the role he played. When Lucy Dare challenged him to spend one full night at the chapel atop Widow's Peak, he didn't hesitate. The others around the fire laughed nervously, but none of them thought he'd go through with it. Everyone knew the story. Every night at 3 a.m., a single, mournful toll echoed from the chapel's belfry. The bell tower, long crumbled in photographs, had no bell. Yet the sound persisted, and with it came the disappearances. Every few years, a teenager or drunk wanderer would vanish, and always near the peak. Michael packed his flashlight, phone, and a sleeping bag. He lied to his parents, telling them he was staying at Lucy's house. By 10 p.m., he was standing before the wrought iron gates of the chapel. Vines snaked up its sides. The windows were jagged gaps in the stone. The moon offered little comfort, it barely lit the overgrown path. The door creaked open as if expecting him. Inside, the air was thick with mildew and silence. The pews were warped, the altar shattered. He laid out his sleeping bag near the front and turned on his flashlight, the beam flickering from water damage in the circuits. Midnight came. Then 1, then 2. Michael was beginning to doze when the toll rang out. Not once, but twice, and a third. The bell had never rung more than once. Michael sat up, his breath frozen in his throat. The walls seemed to vibrate with the sound. His flashlight dimmed. Footsteps scraped on the floor above. But there was no floor above. He should have run, but something made him stay. Maybe it was pride. Maybe it was the cold, creeping dread that fleeing would be worse. He stood and walked toward the rear door that once led to the bell tower, now reduced to a charred, crumbling stairwell. Yet it rose higher than it should, fading into darkness. With every step, the air grew colder. The shadows stretched, not in response to his light, but against it. Up and up he went, the stairs groaning under his weight. At the top, there was no bell. There was a man. Draped in robes that shimmered like oil on water, his face hidden beneath a cowl, the figure stood motionless. Around him hung dozens of ropes, knotted and frayed, suspended from the ceiling like nooses. "You heard it," the man said. His voice was not loud, but it filled the tower. Michael tried to speak but found his mouth dry. "They always come, one at a time, drawn by fear pretending to be courage. Who are you?" "The bellkeeper. And now, so are you." The man stepped aside, revealing a pedestal with a cracked brass bell atop it. The moment Michael looked at it, his head filled with screams, hundreds of voices crying out for release, trapped in a metal tomb. "No," Michael whispered, stepping back. "One rings, one hears, one stays." Michael turned to flee, but the stairwell was gone. Only stone walls remained. The air thickened. The ropes twitched. The bellkeeper extended a hand. "Ring it, or stay here, forever." Michael backed into the pedestal. The bell was warm to the touch. Against his will, his fingers curled around the rope. He pulled. The sound cracked the sky. The chapel shook. Michael screamed as his body fell away, leaving only shadow. His last thought was a whisper. "Lucy dared me." Below, in the town of Darnwick, another toll rang out at 3 a.m. and Lucy woke from sleep with a jolt. She could still hear it. The bell, calling her name.